Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Does it sound good? Can y'all hear me? All right, so I want to say good morning. We have a lit show today. It's a fun show. Yesterday, I did have to get some sleep. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was over it. I was tired. I needed some rest. So I took a break from YouTube, took a break from social media. I didn't know what was really going on until the next day. But we have a full day today. We're going to be getting into TS Madison. We're going to be doing some show predictions. We're going to be talking about T.I. We're going to be talking about Tory Lanez, Mont Radio. We also going to be talking about Jaguar Wright. We're going to be talking about Tasha K. Who else are we going to be talking about? We just going to go ahead and get the show started. How y'all doing? Are y'all good? I know it's early. Let us get into talk about. Let's talk about T.S. Madison. So everybody know T.S. Madison have a show that is going to air on We TV. Super excited for it. I'm excited for it, Maddie. I'm excited for it. But I want to do a couple of show predictions because she did an interview with someone. I forgot the person's name that she was interviewing with on their IG Live. And she pretty much was saying that she don't want to be the transgender woman to out people. She don't want to be throwing stuff. She don't want to be the messy transgender woman. And I'm like, okay, if you're not going to do the throwing out stuff, you're not going to be outing people. If you're not going to be messy, what is this show is going to be about? This is about her life. And I had a couple of questions that I wanted to ask, but I couldn't ask it because I wasn't in that live. So I wonder, will she bring it up about the Kaya situation? Will she talk about that situation? Or will she talk about the situation with her manager? Will she talk about her life in adult entertainment? So I'm just here about it. I just want to hear about it. Of course, we didn't see any clips or any promo for it, but I heard from her during an interview that they're going to be showing a lot of more clips in February. The show airs in March. But they're going to be showing a lot of press and a lot of clips probably in February. So I just want to know, clearly when she do press, a lot of people are going to be asking her, of course, about Kaya. So just be prepared, Kaya. Your name definitely going to be ringing because the hosts, when they interview her, they're going to ask her about Kaya. You know, they're going to ask her about the Queen's Court and how legendary that show was on the internet. So I definitely can see that going to be live actually on the show. So I hope this show is legendary. I hope it's fun, but the show cannot flop because if it flop, people are going to drag her for it. You know, I can see Kaya dragging her for it now if the show flops. So I want this show to succeed. We have committed that we will watch every episode and we will review every single episode that come out. So once this episode drop, we will review it. We will talk about it. We will even review the clips of the little promo clips of the trailers that's going to come out for it. We're going to definitely talk about that as well. We're going to break all that down. So we're going to be talking about this show when it comes to it, okay? But I don't want this show to be boring because I don't want to get on here and say, oh my gosh, y'all, what's up? This show is boring. It's a flop. I don't want to do that. I really want to come up on here and say the show is lit. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this show. The show is fun. I really want to get up on here and say, she threw a wig or twist a wig or whatever. I really want to get up on here and spill, really go at it, have a good review. I don't want to get up on here and say she was on television. Oh, they could have kept this show. I don't want to say that, but the show is produced by RuPaul Production Company. So that's the production house that's doing it. I am super excited that the show definitely, she said she wanted to hire like black people, black cameraman, black sound man. I think that's incredible. Kudos to that. I love working on sets where it's black cameramans, black producers, black sound guys. I love when it's us running around the thing. I love that. I think it's awesome. So shout out to you, T.S. Madison. I'm excited for your show. But speaking about that, dog, I've heard, and someone said that they were talking about Michelle Atielian on Hollywood Unlocked. Not Hollywood Unlocked, on Unlocked Clubhouse. So we had an exclusive interview with none other with Michelle Atielian. We definitely had an exclusive. We definitely had an exclusive with Michelle early this morning on IG. We will stream that later in the broadcast. So we definitely had that. Okay, we're definitely doing that. Will anyone be safe while you're doing the review, or always on the table? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna review what I see. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much probably won't have me being in those circles, and that's fine, because I could be in other circles. Okay, I would love to be in a circle with Michelle Tiella, because she got bags, she got multiple bags. Okay, but we will stream that later on. But I'm telling you, I'm going to review that show. And I'm glad that I don't be on the phone with Maddie all day, every day. I've never been invited for Thanksgiving food. So I'm going to review the show for what I see. I'm going to review because my audience, that's what y'all rock with me. That's how y'all contribute. And that's how y'all share this show. And that's how y'all contribute, because y'all know we're going to keep it real. And it's going to be a very fair review. It ain't gonna be being biased. Whatever I see on there, it's gonna be good. The first episode is a hit, I get up and say if it's hit. If the first episode is dry as my grandmother cornbread, I'm gonna get up on it and say it's dry like my grandmother's cornbread. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. All right. That's why I'm kind of glad that I don't be on the phone with her and been in her home, because sometimes you be a little biased if you're in that person home, you eating that person Thanksgiving food, you drinking that person wine. Sometimes you're a little biased if you had a person home all day and we always on the phone kicking it. You can't keep it real. You know how it is when you on the phone kicking it, and you sometimes when you just chilling, you cannot keep it real about the show. You can't. If you always around in her home eating her food, consuming, on the phone where you can't keep it real about the show. I'm gonna just be honest with you, okay? All right. We definitely, all right. So we got a couple of people I want to do. This is what we started. We started doing voting on this show. So audience, press 1 if you're gonna watch T.S. Madison show on WeTV. Press 2 if you're not gonna watch it. I want you got to take a vote. You either press 1, you're going to watch T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. Press 2, you're not going to watch it. Are we going to say this again? Press 1, you're going to watch T.S. Madison show on WeTV. Press 2, you're not going to watch it. Oh my God, it's a lot of twos. What? It's a lot. It's split up in here. Okay, it's split up in here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, press 1. You're gonna watch Wiley's review of the T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. Press 1. You're gonna watch Wiley's review of the T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. Press 1. Press 2. You're not gonna watch it. The Wiley review. Look at these comments. Yo, it's definitely. Yes. Okay. Well, good morning to y'all. Y'all is up today. There's going to be a lot of people watching my review, and we're going to be here for it. And, we love none other than T.S. Madison. We love her. Okay. All right. So before let's get into this really quickly. Okay, Roland Ray, I got in a recording. I'm not gonna play the recorder. I'm gonna drop it on IG. Probably I'll drop it on IG. Probably not. But Kaya is on another app, and I think it's Bijo or Bingo, one of the ones. And Roland Ray had, pretty much were dragging Kaya, saying, why would you drag somebody that's in a wheelchair? He pretty much called Kaya a B. He said that you always got to start from scratch. You always talking about me negatively. Why would you talk about somebody that's in a wheelchair? Okay. B go. B go. Okay. And he was just really, really going at Kaya. And my thing, Roland Ray, you're not going to get sympathy for nobody when you out here, you talk about everybody just because you wrapped up in the hospital. That ain't gonna make people not talk about you, sir. People, that's what Kaya do. She's a comedian. It was funny and everything. You alive and stuff like that. You talking about, you think ain't nobody gonna crack jokes about you. You all wrapped up in the hospital. You think people not gonna talk about that? Kaya's a comedian. She gonna talk about it. It's that period point blank. She gonna drag it again. So they were all there laughing at him and stuff. And he was on there pretty much calling Kaya all type of bees and all of this. And I'm like, you supposed to be in a hospital healing. Why are you still concerned about what people said about you? Take this as a sign of, let me take a break on social media. Let me not get on social media and let me just take a break. Watch a Netflix series. Watch Bridgerton. Watch The Rookie or something. Get on Hulu and watch some shows. And you know what? Before you do that, pray and say, God, thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you that I'm still here. Thank you that I'm still able to live another day. Give thanks to God before you up there want to call Kaya B, because she ain't the only one that was talking about you. I wonder, Roland Ray, did you talk about fucking Aniva when fucking Aniva was reading you on Fox Soul? Did you call fucking Aniva and call Tim a B word? Did you call Justin J? No, I'm just J. Jason, did you call these other people that were talking about you? Did you call any of these other folks that were making commentary about you? But you just think that it's okay to come at a black woman. If you don't come at your peers, don't come at a black woman. That's what I want to say. So you're not going to get sympathy, and that's what I want to say about that. And I say this all the way, and I'm humble with it. Really humble with it. And I'm just going to keep it real. Kaya is a comedian. That is her job. She gets on there and she's a comedian and she keep it real. Okay? She probably will roast and gag me one day, but she don't know me yet. But she'll probably talk about my eye, and it's okay. We love Kaya. Even if she roasts me, because I understand where it comes from. But if I sit on my platform with a cock eye and roast and gag people, and if I so high be wrapped up in a hospital, you think people are not going to talk about me? They're going to talk about me. It is what it is. That comes with the territory. Okay? All right? And I just keep it real. Press 1 if you think Kaya, you on team Kaya. Press 2, in this instance, you on team Roland Ray. Press 1, you team Kaya. Press 2, you on team Roland Ray. I'll give you a second. Come on now. Press 1, you with Kaya. Press 2, you with Roland Ray. Press 1, you with Kaya. Press 2, you with Roland Ray. Look at these ones. Oh, look at these ones. It's a lot of baby. Because he kept saying, that's purr. That's why you don't have gaggy. Purr. That's why you don't have Gag Nation. Purr. How dare you come at somebody that's in a wheelchair? Purr. That's why they took Gag Nation, gag, purr. How dare you come out of there? That call fire, purr. Where is the sympathy? Where is the sympathy? Purr, Okay. Let's go. Where is the sympathy? I'm telling you. Where is the sympathy, baby? Where is the sympathy? Okay. T.I., let's bring T.I. up. Let's bring him up. Now, he's in the media. I'm going to play audio. A woman by the name of, what's her name? Let's get her name. She's alleging, this black woman is alleging that none other than T.I. have put a gun up to her head. And she's alleging this, yes, the owner and operator of this, let me make sure I bring it up, the Glam University. So she wrote this detailed post, and she said the sad part about being a woman, yes, Sabrina, I believe that was her name. She said the sad part about being a woman and being a black woman is this: the public praises our predators. At TI, you put a gun to my head in front in front of children, and I never called the police on you. But for years, you have painted me as a villain. As black women, it's hard to heal from rape, violence, or anything. Or anything, because you are painted as the problem or reason this have happened to you. Let's normalize the allowing black women to heal. It's so hard being the victim of rape and being painted as the reason it happened. Let's talk Akeisha Bottoms. You can't have a person that has victimized women speak for us. Let's have a real talk. So I want you all to see this. I want you all, let me see if I can let you all see her statement. This is what she wrote on IG. So you all can see that. And I saw that earlier. And everybody was like, hey, Wiley, you should talk about it. So give me a second for y'all can see that. Let me pull up this IG Instagram post. This is what Sabrina, this is what this Sabrina has said. I don't know if y'all believe it or not. She wrote that detailed post. And she wrote it on there. And there you go. That was like her picture. Let's scroll down. You might remember in 2019, Alexa Sky and Peterson held a protest. Okay, they were talking about that. Let's go all the way down. And then T.I. wife has denied the allegation. She pretty much said T.I.'s wife, Tiny, has responded to the allegation saying that pretty much saying that Sabrina kids used to call the rapper uncle until 2 years ago. Tiny also said, now when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change it back? What's up with you, Pooh? I'm confused. Stop harassing my family. You strange. So she pretty much made her statement when it comes to that. And it's just like, this is really, really messy. I don't know about it, but this woman have been on Hollywood Unlocked, and she was talking to other victims, and they had some things to say. So if you go, like, literally, if you go on Hollywood Unlocked, baby, this woman was talking to some victims, were calling other victims and were saying this stuff that he did it to them. So people were sending me those video clips of that, of her, Sabrina actually calling other victims, and they were telling their story about the situation. Now, and these are all allegations, by the way. So I'm not going to get on here talking about I believe or whatever. These are all allegations concerning T.I. And multiple women, I believe like 2 women, came out and said that he put a gun to their head. Yeah, it was like, okay, give me a second. People think it's one person. Sabrina had the gun put to her head, but there is now a 26-year-old that said 16 she was taken to meet T.I. So let me go to this clip that I have. I think this is where there was a Hollywood Live. I want y'all to hear a little piece of this.
Walking back and forth that I had seen upstairs with him, almost like they were checking to make sure that I was still there or like what I was doing. So when I bolt outside to the police, like I'm trying to explain to him that I said, run from him because he's trying to handcuff me and not telling me why I'm being arrested, which is, of course, against your civil rights. They're supposed to tell you why they're arresting you if they're arresting you. He puts me in the car, we go for a ride, and the whole time we're riding, that white van is behind us. And I'm freaked. I'm crying. I'm just like, look, I want to go home. He's like, just do whatever it is they want you to do. Do whatever it is they tell you to do. Like, we go through this. Mind you, we're going down back roads, by railroad tracks, behind buildings. Like, these aren't roads. And we're in Houston. And I just remember thinking, like, I don't know what the fuck is about to happen to me. At this point, I don't have a phone. I have nothing. I'm handcuffed in the back of a police car heading to God knows.
Okay, they say that's a different story. So this this Sabrina speaks with another alleged victim who shares her detailed and shocking story involving T.I. The two women questioned Tiny alleged and confirmed that they aren't remaining quiet. So this is like another person saying that. So this is another woman that's claiming that T.I. is pretty much this evil person. So again, I don't know who to believe in this situation because I'm like this. And this is what I'm going to say. And I know some people are not going to like this. Okay. Sabrina has yet another alleged victim share her story concerning T.I. Why these people didn't go to the cops? And one of the victims, I would say this. She said that they paid her $12,000 to keep quiet, and she had to sign a letter. I guess what they call, what do they call that letter where you have to sign to keep quiet. So she pretty much signed a letter to keep quiet and pretty much got $12,000. I think she said $12,000. I just need to see, like, why y'all didn't go to the police for this stuff, and do they act like the police don't exist anymore or the FBI don't exist anymore? Why not go to the authorities? NDA, thank you, NDA. Why don't you go to the authorities concerning this? Why are y'all so quick to go on social media? There's nothing wrong with going on social media, but if you want us to believe it, at least can you get the police involved so we can read and see what the police is doing? Y'all going to Sabrina and tell y'all a story, but are y'all going to go to the authorities? Period. Yeah, non-disclosure agreement, right? Okay, you sign that and you say you got 12, but why not go to the cops? I'm not understanding this. It's like we get these stories that T.I. is so evil. He put a gun to your head. He did all these things. And you didn't go to the cops. And for Sabrina, you put on your post that T.I. is your kid's uncle, pretty much was like singing the man praises. But now you're calling them out. I don't know who to believe, but what I'm saying is, if anybody let me read. If anybody have been victimized, please go to the authorities before you run to IG, before you run to TikTok. Take it to the authorities and let them investigate this if you want justice. And so they can really investigate both parties. Okay? Because would he be canceled? No, he's not going to be canceled. Now, with no tangible evidence, you ain't got no video footage, no nothing. I don't think he's going to be canceled. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I think this should be investigated? Yes. I think the authorities should investigate because they're pretty much saying that he pretty much held them hostage, had a gun to their head. These are federal crimes that's being discussed on or in the live, that's being out there. This ain't no misdemeanor. This is like a felony. So why this not going to the authorities? Why is it rushing to someone's Instagram? Just answer that. I just want to know. Is it the new thing to say, screw the cops, go to IG? Because after we get through talking about it, it ain't going to be no justice. I said the same thing that I even said about the Chris Stokes and the Raz B situation. Unfortunately, no authorities involved. No, I ain't see not a shred of authorities. So even with this, get the authorities involved. All of this, you need to take this other thing. Ain't no statute of limitation on pulling out a gun in someone's head and pretty much all that. Get the authorities involved. Is something right? Okay. That's what I say about it. So, and I don't understand that. Before you go to social media, go there. Do I think he's going to be canceled? No. T.I. is not going to be canceled concerning this. Who's to say that this Sabrina person is credible? regarding this, and we need to research why does she feel like it is okay to come out now. So I have to research this better. Quite weird. Of course, I'm not shocked that Tiny is taking up, standing up for her husband. I think that's the incredible thing to do. Stand up for your husband and anything like that. But for this case, if he's pulling out a weapon or someone kidnapped you or holding you hostage, take it to the authorities. Period. Now, I want to get back, and I brought up Chris Stokes for a second. I was on I did an interview with Michelle Etienne, and I will stream that in the broadcast. I will stream that in the show. So just give me a second. At the last, I will stream it towards the end of the show, our conversation. But I did some research on Michelle Etienne that she brought up that she was covering Chris Stokes and she was covering Raspy back all the way 2007. I didn't know that she'd been sued by Chris Stokes. That Michelle Etienne had been sued by Chris Stokes in California, and that she been sued by Chris Stokes in Georgia. That she sued her twice, and she won both cases. Now, if you go to Michelle Etienne and you put in there Chris Stokes and Raspy, she give a detail and reporting on that whole situation. So for anybody that's coming out here and saying that this stuff is just new, it's not. Michelle Etienne actually covered this. She was threatened with legal stuff and was actually sued by Chris to keep this a secret. So I asked her, I said, do you believe that Chris Stokes is guilty? She said yes, because she's seen how he was doing her. And then she brought up a couple of things in the live that I will play, but pretty much when I went and saw it, she was showing the documentation of his lawyers, and then I was reading one post that it was like a fake lawyer, it wasn't like a real lawyer that reached out to her. But I done my research and I went and did a detailed account of that. I literally checked it out. So but even then, why is this not going to the authorities? And she said something. The reason why people are not going to believe Raspy, he would need one of the band members of B2K to come out and confirm the story. I don't think the world is not going to come out and stand with Raspy unless one of the cast members or one of the band members, I said cast members, one of the band members of B2K come out and confirm the story. One of them. But while doing so, they will have to admit that some things happen to them. But it's going to have to be somebody that have not really spoken up is going to come out and have to confirm this story. Chris Stokes is very well connected in Hollywood. Very well connected. He's a producer and he's very well connected in Hollywood. So Raspy is trying to get this documentary off the ground. But from my understanding, no network or no production company want to touch it because Chris Stokes is very well connected in Hollywood. People just think he got his hands in music. No, he have his hands in a lot of movies. He produced a lot of movies and stuff. So he's very well connected in Hollywood. So again, I just hope whoever, whether it's this is the thing, whether with Raspy or whether it was Chris Stokes or whatever, I still haven't read a police statement, and I'm like, why this not going to the authorities, people? Why this not going to the authorities? And that's the case of it. Even when it first started, I want to read a police report, read witness statements. This got to go to the authorities to really have, because just going on social media and blasting it all on social media, this got to go to people that the Special Victims Unit or crimes against children or something. Why this not going to the authorities? Same thing that happened from 15 years ago. It have to go to the authorities, in my humble opinion. What do y'all think in the comments? They say yes, back secure. Do y'all think this should go to the authorities? Let me know. I just want to. That's just my humble opinion. It should go to the authorities. It should go to the authorities, whether or not you believe that this is what I personally believe that this case should have from day one went to some type of police agency. That's just my humble opinion when it comes to that. That's just I believe it. Yes. Okay, I see it in the comments of what y'all feel about it and what y'all saying about it. But I definitely believe that should go to the authorities. You don't believe so? I believe that it should go. All right, let's move to our next subject. I told y'all it's a show today. We have a full show today. Okay, this is Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, the Shade Room posts an exclusive concerning Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Let me make sure I can bring that up and see that both of them. Y'all already know the shooting happened back in July of 2020. Give me a second while I go and find that post so I can read it to you all. So pretty much the Shade Room exclusive detail, Tory Lanez asks judge for right to talk about Megan Thee Stallion case following new evidence that may prove his innocence. They're saying an attorney of Tory Lanez have filed a motion to modify the terms of the protection order that was placed against him in the Megan Thee Stallion case so that he can publicly discuss new evidence that support his innocence, his team says. Tory also wants to be able to publicly defend himself after last week when Megan fired off a series of tweets about him after a false report suggested she dropped the charge against him. In light of Megan's recent tweets and public attention to the matter, Mr. Peterson asks that his court modify the protection order and as it relates to him, his counsel, and or his representatives, a rep for Tory said. Just a day after the public spat on social media, Tory rep said the prosecutors in the case provided Tory attorney with evidence and eyewitness testimony which directly contradict the statements of Megan. One of those pieces of evidence is, and it was talking about, is like residue on other people. So they are like, Tory is like, listen, his people's like, we want to talk about this. I want to be able to defend myself. That is what Tory Lanez is alleging. He want to be able to defend himself. He said it is innocent, that the prosecutors are saying that it was evidence that with witnesses. Let me see if I can bring it up. It's like it's evidence of witnesses are saying that he is pretty much innocent, that it was residue on other people, gun residue on other people. Let me make sure I can bring that up so I can just give it to y'all. Where is it at? Do they still have it up here? Okay, I don't see it on here. Hold on, let me do this. Give me a second. Whether y'all believe it or not, who do y'all believe? I'm just saying, it's just real. It's really, this case is really, I think the judge is going to just give a gag order on all of them, just put a gag on the whole entire situation, because they are just going at it on social media. And I mean, on Megan part going out on social media, Tory hands is kind of tied because he can't speak on it. The protection order in place prevents Tory from having any contact with Megan, including social media. So he can't really talk about it. But in the 26 page motion, let me make sure I go scroll down. That was provided to the Shade Room on Wednesday. As you know, Tory has pleaded not guilty in a felony assault case in which he accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in July 2020 in Hollywood Hills. His next hearing is slated for February the 25th. But if you scroll up in the article, they are saying that Tory attorney says there are gunshot residue implicating others, but due to the protection order that was filed against him back in November 2020, he cannot publicly discussed the evidence and feels it's unfair that Megan can say what she wants on social media about him with no recourse from the court. So what he want to be able to go to the courts and pretty much allow him to say what he want to say. But I think the judge is going to say, hey, none of y'all talk, put a gag on, y'all can't speak about this case at all. And period, point blank. I don't think they're gonna modify the protection order. I don't see that happening. I just see the judge saying y'all ain't gonna be able to speak about it on y'all social media, both parties. I think the judge gonna say, nope, y'all ain't gonna be talking about this on either party. Y'all gonna have to keep this hush, hush. Both of y'all shut it up. That's what I believe. Okay. That's what I personally believe, that he gonna tell Megan, you can't be on your social media talking about it, and you're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna just do it on that. All right, get that together. What do y'all believe in it? Do y'all feel like, because it said gun residue on others, so this is like pretty much saying that? But if it's gun residue on, that ain't saying that there ain't no gun residue, because they're saying that it was no gun residue on Tory Lanez. It was gun residue on others. This story, I can't wait till this go to court. But like I said, if Tory Lanez come out as innocent, it will damage the career of Megan Thee Stallion. It's going to damage her career. Definitely going to do that. All right. Now, we're going to get into our last subject of today, and we will have the phone lines open up if anybody that is up. We're going to talk about Tasha and none other than Jaguar Wright. Now, Jaguar Wright mother broke her silence, and she was speaking about the situation. A couple of highlights for Jaguar Wright mother. Now, mind you, little backstory, Tasha K did a documentary, 3-part documentary on Jaguar Wright. And the title of that documentary is Surviving Jaguar Wright. Make sure y'all go check it out. Now, the mother, it was a big allegation that Jaguar Wright steals from her mother $6,000 pension, and that Jaguar Wright pretty much do not help the mother get needles, and that the mother have to use the same needles, the old needles of because she's diabetic. But the mother is she's speaking out. The mother pretty much saying that that Jaguar is not abusive. She was saying that this is not right. She was saying that when she was in Texas, someone stole her license. She said that she was not evicted. And she said she's 75 years old. And a question was asked. They were supposed to take, this is about the son being artistic or having autism. She said they were supposed to take him to take a test, but they didn't. So according to mother, he have not been diagnosed with that. Okay, now Jaguar Wright, that would have been great. That would have been a storyline of the blogs reporting on. Okay, mama's pretty much saying this, but Jaguar Wright got on her phone or recorded and called Child Protective Services. And she reported Tasha K. She was reporting, talking about her daughter is under 10 years old. And listen, half the stuff she was reporting was just false. She was literally called Child Protective Services on Tasha K and was giving them false information. And she gave the people her real name. Oh, I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate of the people. I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, why are you calling Child Protective Service? You never met her children. You never been around her children. You never been in a home. You never witnessed any abuse. But you're calling Child Protective Services because you're mad and pressed over a documentary? So I didn't understand that. You already was getting somewhat clear. Your mama somewhere is clearing you up, clear things up. But that is just, ain't nobody even reporting on that. They focus on you getting on the phone and calling Child Protective Services on Tasha K. And you were making a false report. Do you not know that it's illegal for making a false report? Do you not know that it is illegal to contact child protective service and it's a false report, that the people that you complain to, that they can call you? I mean, the whatever case, the parent or whomever you report, and it's a false report, that they can literally file charges against you. You could serve some jail time for calling CPS with a false report. Do you not know that? You are literally out of your mind to even do that. And a lot of people got on their channels and they posted on it. And what does that do? Help Tasha K make people straighten that documentary. It ain't clearing you up at all. Because every time you get somebody trying to help clear your name, you always do something stupid by getting on the phone and contacting CPS. Because you upset, because her husband is an African and this and I'm just reporting on this and this. I don't want to be anonymous. I just want to give my name. Just foolish. You don't even met her daughter. You don't even have the correct age of her daughter. So that's clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You're just doing this because you're upset that your family, keep in mind, your niece and your cousin and your son and your ex-husband said what they said. Now, many people can discredit the documentary if you choose to do so, but does that take away from what your family said about you? Nah, it does not. Does that take away from the thousands upon thousands of people that viewed the documentary? No. That actually increased them from watching that actually increased people interest in this documentary. Part 3, 160,000 people watched it. Part 2, 175,000. Part 1, 233,000 people watched it. That's a lot of people watching a documentary off a celebrity, off a singer that never won a Grammy. That's a lot from a woman that haven't toured in decades. That's a lot from a woman that's not even signed from a label. Nowhere near the same level of Erykah Badu or Jill Scott. The average person don't even know who a Jaguar Wright is unless you're on YouTube and you know the gossip. But as musically, you're not really getting that attention like these other artists. All you had to do was do an interview. And your mother, but your family said these things. You're making this energy on Tasha. You got to have that energy for your ex-husband, your blood son, your cousin, and your niece. Have that energy for them. But coming at Tasha K, that ain't gonna make the situation calling. That's only gonna make you look foolish. You're lying again. And so, of course, Tasha K responded with a beautiful picture of herself laughing. She responded with a beautiful picture of herself just laughing at it all. Okay? And it is what it is. Now, do I think the mom was prepped to say these different things? Really don't care until that mom come on camera. Come on camera. That's the thing. When these other blogs want the story, in order to really compete with Tasha, you got to get these people to come on video so we can see them. You know what I'm saying? Like Tasha got these folks on camera. She got these folks on camera. You got to do a little bit more than to try to get your mom to make some steak bits and all on there quick, just a 3-4 minutes on there. Is that going to discredit Tasha? No. Now, if you'd had the mama for a sit-down interview, have the camera so we can see that she's well taken care of, so we can zoom in her arms so we can see and zoom in to make sure she have the needles and that she's taken care of, then that's a whole nother different story. You got to do a little bit better than just to bring the mom on for a 3-minute, 4-minute conversation. That ain't gonna clear it up. Now, if you would have interviewed the mother or sit down interview, even though the mama is 70, according to her, she says she's 75 years old. You got to get the mama on camera. In order to compete with that, get the mama for a sit down interview. Go to the mama house for a sit down interview and let the mama come out for an interview on camera. But Jag messed up with the mama because she got her mama on the line and cuss, not cuss. Oh, you ain't got nothing to do with it? Oh, you ain't got to do with it? And like, you never was there for me. Like, she was yelling at her mama. Very disrespectful to her mama. I think she's scared of her daughter. I'll be scared of this woman too. Yelling and screaming and all that. She's very, when it comes to senior citizen people, Jag is very aggressive to the seniors. Because she was very aggressive to Miss Tina. And she's a senior citizen. And she was very aggressive with her mother. She's very aggressive. Very aggressive when it comes to her mom. Whatever. I don't think that's passion. I just think that she's that way. I don't think her mother is probably scared of Jaguar Wright. Clearly. That woman is scared. So we need a check, a awareness check to make sure the mama is well. Okay? All right. So we're going to open up the phone lines. Good morning, everybody. That's pretty much what I got this lovely morning. We're going to open up the phone lines. I do personally believe that the mama is scared of Jaguar Wright. I do believe that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't care what nobody say. I do believe that mama is scared of her daughter. I do believe, I feel it in my spirit that she's scared of her daughter. I can sense it and I can feel it in my spirit that she's scared of her. I could definitely do it. So if you want to call in, the number is 646-716-8447. When it comes to that, I do believe we want to thank everybody for the super chats and we want to thank everybody for the cash apps. Thank you so very much for tuning into the show. All righty. And we definitely got the phone line. So if anybody want to call in, it's definitely right. All right. So we will lay everybody but the mama. Listen, I'm not going to say I did not believe the mother at all. What I'm saying is I want to see the mama on camera. That's what I said. I never said I didn't believe the mama. But I do I believe the mother is scared of Jaguar? Oh, absolutely. I look at her actions when she got her mom on the phone, when she yelled at her mother. And her mother, 75 years old. That's how y'all talk to y'all mom at 75 years old? Child. Let me go ahead and open up these phone lines. The way how she yelled at her mama. All right. They need the camera. Yes, camera without Jag. Yeah, the camera. Yeah, without Jag. Interview the mama on camera. So that's how I would look at it. We need to see the mama. Press 1 if you want to see the mama on camera. Give me a second. I want y'all to subscribe to the show too. Don't come in and don't subscribe and make sure y'all like the button. Press 1 if you want to see the mama on camera. Press 2. No, you just do an audio. You good with the audio. Press 1. You would like to see Jaguar on camera. On camera. If you really want to compete with Tasha for any upcoming YouTube, you got to be like, listen, is there any way she could come on StreamYard? Because that could have been anybody on that phone. I'm just saying. Could have been anybody on that phone. I'm just saying. Could have been anybody on that phone. Who to say that? Could have been somebody disguising their voice as an elderly woman. Because the woman that was on, the lady that was on the phone, she was not interested to even question. She had to go. She really didn't even really know what was really going on. If you just judge it, like she would rush, she really even know wasn't even that interested. Like, well, yeah, whatever, yeah. One thing about Miss Tina, she was on camera. She said what she said on camera. One thing about Denise, she was on camera. And she ain't like she ain't had no senior citizen on camera. When Tasha K had Miss Tina is the senior citizen. And she was on that camera. Wasn't she? Miss Tina was on that camera. I don't really understand why they do it. You ain't got nothing to do with that? Just yelling at, yeah, see, this one, why they worried? She ain't worried about no documentary. She's 75 years old. What 75-year-old ain't worried about something that's on air? She ain't no concern about. The only thing she concerned about watching Judge Judy, and y'all got this 35. Now, Miss Tina is different. Miss Tina, she got on that camera. All right, let's go. Because Miss Tina had something to say. No, Miss Tina was saying, you pulled up to my house, and Miss Tina gave Tasha another recording. It's Miss Tina to you. Let my child see his stepfather. You ain't gonna be able to top that. Mama ain't gonna be able to clear that up. Jag did too much damage. Mama ain't gonna be able to clear it up. Because the majority of people believe that Jag ain't no good. You ain't gonna be able to clean that up. You ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm gonna give it to Cardi B. They've been looking in your window, Storm. All right, let's go to the phone line. Let's go to the phone lines. Okay, let's go. 2217, call you on the air.
Good morning, Wiley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness. First off, this is just hit below another level. There's one thing, like that is a felony. Like you can't misuse CPS and make false reports on children that are not actually in danger. I don't know. It's like Jag's like, you know what? How can I make this worse for myself? You know what? I'm going to film myself calling CPS, laughing as I'm calling, and then basically say the person's name, give the wrong information, and just come up with all of these false reports. I'm like, you can't do that. Like CPS is already overworked. They're overworked and underpaid, and you out here trying to play with them. And if Tasha got pettiness, if Tasha decides to turn around and be like, you know what, she made that false report, I would like to go ahead and press charges. She could do that. She could do that for her and the sea creature that Jag has teamed up with, you know, that she's trying to put these things on. You know what I mean?
Facts. And my thing is this, you did it on camera. So you just digging more of a hole for you, because pretty much people are saying that Jag is a liar. And she lied again. She didn't even have her daughter age right. She's under 10 and her husband is African. And she just...
Yes, I was like, what's that got to do with the...
What that got to do with
like,
the daughter?
It's not funny, but I was like, what's that got to do with the daughter? I was like, so now we bring in race and ethnicity into why there's a CPS report? I'm confused.
Oh gosh.
But she's linking with the, like I said, she's linking with the sea creature that's going, she needs help. And instead of getting help, she's linking with these other people that are using her for clicks.
And they're not even doing it right. They're not even doing it right.
They're not even doing it right.
They just making the mama look real slow. Because the mama wasn't interested. The mama looked like,
she's like, what's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know.
It looked like they was recording that mama without her knowledge. Because that mama wasn't even into what they were talking about.
She didn't, to be honest, she seemed like she didn't know what was going on. It just seemed like they just called her up and then just hit record.
Yeah, and just started hitting her with questions.
Proof.
And all that. Like,
and just start, But if I believe that Jag is, like, her mom is scared of her, you seen what she was about to do to Miss Tina. What makes you think that she wouldn't do that to her mama?
She came at Miss Tina.
She called Miss Tina an H word.
Yes,
she said, this ain't what you want. Smacked her phone out her hand.
Yes, she did.
I'm like, if she gonna do that to her, you already know she wouldn't have problems probably putting paws on her mama. Allegedly, we don't know, but I'm just saying, she don't have no issue putting paws on elderly people from how her actions is, especially with the video. And my last point of this whole thing is the damage is already done. And when I'm saying the damage is already done, is there's so much evidence of just Jag being self-destructive, self-sabotaging, and just saying stuff that is just untrue and just lying on multiple people, that when she even attempts to clear her name, she does something else like this, like calling CPS and make faulty reports. So now don't nobody even care about her basically trying to coerce her mom on the phone and say that she ain't stealing from her. Because now my focus is on, why are you making faulty CPS reports?
Yes, that's the bigger story.
So
it's like
that's the bigger story. So
yes, and so many people got it on their YouTube. It just random people get on YouTube like, oh my God, why would she do this? Because a lot of people that got children that had CPS calls to them or with a false report, they feel some type of way. You don't play around with CPS unless it's an emergency. Some people have lost their
unless
kids
it's an emergency
from a false report, and so that triggered a lot of women. So that just made Jaguar Wright look bad. That just made her look bad. Doing that.
Did you see the comments though? A lot of the comments was like, "Don't do this." Like a lot of her comments as she was doing it. If you go back and look on the screen, they were saying, "Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that." They were like warning her, but she got a battery in her back. And yes, I call the other one a sea creature because we don't give free promotion over here on Wiley Show. But she has a battery in her back, and she's gonna that lady's gonna be in jail if she keeps going down this road.
Keep giving people false
she's gonna be in jail because
I'm locked up. Yeah,
all she's doing is providing evidence. She's like, I'm like, no one told her to get off. I'm like, she recorded herself laughing, making a false CPS report. There's no lower that you can go. But that's all I gotta say, Riley. Y'all have a great day, you all.
Good morning. All right, we're gonna go to the next caller. The number is 646-716-8447. The number is, I pinned the number, and the number is also on the screen. So if you want to call in, you can call in. Let's go to the next caller. 5840. Caller, you're on air.
Hey, I was waiting for you to go live yesterday when this all was happening, but thank God that you came on to this morning.
Yes, good morning.
So I just want to say, Jaguar Wright stole a page out of the beef sector. Wow. She stole a page out the beef sector.
Okay, because they've been doing that for a while. Yes, they did. But they will be calling on each other every other day.
And the FBI.
Okay.
But let's make this clear. Jaguar Wright, if you're listening, sweetheart, let me school you, even though you're older than me, much older. There's two things. CPS and immigration is two different things, sweetheart. CPS don't have anything to do with immigration, darling.
She said,
"Now we're gonna get it together."
Got on there and she said, "Yeah, Tasha married her husband, give him a green card." I'm like, why you let them know this ain't immigration? She did say that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
It was hilarious, but stupid. The lady was laughing at you, sweetheart. But she was also being aggressive with the lady.
Yes, she was.
Taking a report. She was like, "I was waiting for you to ask me all the questions."
Why has she been aggressive with these people? Because she's up. I'm telling y'all, that documentary, it shook Jaguar Wright to her core. She can't handle that. She's all out of whack. Once she's supposed to be talking about the celebrities, she not even talking about the celebrities no more, because now the spotlight is on her and she ain't used to it. She not used to that.
Right.
Oh, guys, we thank you so much for letting me
and
know.
Also, and wait, one quick question. The person that did the interview with the mom, it was horrible. For one, it sounds coerced.
It did.
Rehearsed.
It did.
I mean, you want to build momentum. Like, you see that Tasha K went above and beyond.
She did.
And then you have the chance to interview Jaguar's mother, and you don't bring her on camera. One, you failed on that. Two, it sounds coerced, rehearsed. Like, and the questions were so late. Like,
because she should have came on camera. That would have just shook it. That would have really shook it to the score, or somebody do a sit down interview with the mother. But
that call should have been the top thing, but Jaguar, like you mentioned,
Jaguar
with the
upstaged the
CPS
call.
situation,
She upstaged with the
it's
CPS.
stupid. Both of them.
She upstaged it.
Both of them was a fail.
She tried to clear her name, but she digged the hole because no one's talking about the call in details, letting that go viral. The big thing that I saw was Jaguar Wright called CPS on Tasha K. It's like
CPS.
countless videos with that in the title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and it doesn't make any sense for that person to re-interview the mom because you're criticizing her, but it's already done. You failed on that note.
It's already
no shade.
Done. Yeah, it's literally already done.
And I have a question. I'm thinking she's trying to be like the female Tommy. I don't know, but it's not working for her. No offense.
All right.
But I don't see it for her. And yes, she's from New York, but don't see it. All right, go back in the chat.
All right, thank you so very much. Okay, if you're calling internationally, I will bring you on. So if we have any international calls, I do, because we try to get you all on. So because I know it's like a different time zone. So if you call in internationally, if you're calling into the show, I will bring you on. So if I see your number, I will just click you on the air. All right. So if any of my international producers, I would definitely bring you on. Let's go to the next caller. 8375. Good morning. You're live on the Wiley Show.
Good morning, Wiley. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. First
of all, let me say before I comment, I'll say something. Everybody go like Wiley's video. Like, y'all. Give him what he's due. I want to go back to the T.I. situation.
Mm-hmm.
We, as a woman, I can look at a man actions, the way he moves, the way he talks to his female, his wife, his kids, and kind of determine how a man really is. We're not stupid. Females, we're not stupid by far. We see what we see. We know what type of man T.I. is. We see what type of man T.I. is, but T.I. represents a whole bunch of other men in the industry that is same as him. He's a black man, and he has pull, and he has power, not only in the industry, but he has pull and power in the state of Georgia. Do I doubt this young lady's story? I don't doubt any of them story, but it's the timeline. You chose not to go to the police. You chose to sit on the story. You chose to take the money. And this is two individual persons here. One said he pulled out a gun and put it to her head, right?
Yes.
The other one said that at the age of 16 years old, she went to a place where T.I. was. A guy named Brandon took her there. They gave her a drink of liquor or something at 16 years old. And when she woke up, she was discombobulated. At this time, it was 3 other men in the room. T.I. there in the hall, she heard him say, "Y'all wild, man." And that sounds just like him. That's his thing. Y'all wild. They gave this girl $12,000, made her sign NDA, and her mother. Now, your mother knew that you was just in company of 4 men at the age of 16 years old. Your mother chose to sign an NDA to keep her mouth closed, that her 16-year-old was just in the company of 4 men. Now, I really don't even want to hear, they say it's going to be victim shaming. You shouldn't shame the victim. My heart goes out to those women because somewhere in life, somebody failed them, okay? My daughter knows, you better come and tell me. They are like just really keeping these men's things in the dark. R. Kelly is not the only man that should be in prison or in jail right now, okay? We know this. This is established.
These girls sit on this information for years, and now they are triggered by something or someone to come out with this story and say, he put a gun to my head and they took me at the age of 16. You best to believe they're not the only ones. You best to believe they ain't alone. There's a slew of them out there. But on to the next story. Everybody gonna have to make their own judgment and decisions about what goes on. I'm tired of getting invested in these celebrities' lives, and I fight for them, I go hard for them, and then they turn around and make up with the enemy. I'm sick of it, so I'm not gonna fight for them no more. But I'm gonna move on to the next thing. The last story. The person that was the Tasha K and Jaguar. Would someone please get that other person out of Jaguar's ear? Please, because Jag is self-sabotaging herself. I believe in Jag. I believe in her life. I believe the abuse based on the documentary. I believe the abuse started with her father, honestly. But she don't want to dishonor his name. He was in the Marine. He came back damaged, and she caught it as a child. That led on to the sister's husband. Now, this is the problem I had with that. Why is the daughter doing the show? Why is the daughter there answering the question? Bring me Jaguar's sister and her husband and ask them that question. Did you rape Jag? Did you go marry this man after he just laid up with your sister and she tried to tell you that he raped her? Bring the sister. And that baby girl word is not credible at all to me at this point, because at that point, she wasn't even born. She's just there, want to honor her father's name, just like Jag want to honor hers. But she cannot stop Jag. The puzzle does not fit if all the pieces are not put together. You can't skip over bits and pieces. You got to give us all of it. It started with her father. I believe sister and the brother didn't want to show up. The sister and her brother-in-law, I believe, yes, he probably did touch her. There's many Black families that have secrets in them, plenty of us, and then made her go to the wedding and sing. This is a child in the hood. Where is she going? She going to call 911 and say, oh, I'm being abused? Do you think they're going to put her at the top of the line? Who you think they're going to believe when they come out? The family back then in those days? They don't care about us for real. They don't care if we end up dead, abused. They don't care. I just want that other person to get out of Jag's ear, because she's good at telling the whores how to be a hoe. That's what she's only good at. But sitting up here, she don't even have her own mother. Jag don't have no business disrespecting her mother. No business at all disrespecting her mother. Now, y'all said the recording she should have let her mom knew she was being recorded. Who was going to let their mom know they was being recorded? I called my mama right now and said, Badell, I'm about to record you on this conversation. She going, girl, you better hang up this phone. But that was her way of trying to prove Tasha K wrong. That was her way. Calling CPS on Tasha, that was that other person's in Jag's ear, because that's what she did to the other blogger. Jag is self-sabotaging herself. I want her to stop it, end it, before she becomes unlikable. Because I'm that person, I will ride for you. If I see hope in you, if I see that you can move, because she can move past this. It's not too late. I didn't even know who Jaguar was until she did that interview with Storm Monroe. I didn't even know who she was. But I come to find out she was part of Roots. I'm like, no, that woman was in that group. I didn't see her because I was everybody else that was around her. Have a beautiful voice, beautiful, and can hold it. I just want Jag needs the right people in her life, and she don't have those people. She don't have those people. She got people that is still convincing her to do the wrong thing when she needs to be doing the right thing. But Tasha K, redo that interview. Get me that sister and that brother-in-law on that show and ask them that question. I want to see their face when you ask them that question.
So much for calling in, sister.
You're welcome, Wiley. Y'all enjoy your day.
All right. Okay. We're going to go to the next caller. All right. 6439, calling on air. 6439.
Hello?
You're live on the air.
Hello?
You're live on the air. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hey, Wiley?
Yes.
I'm from Detroit. And I'm going to tell you like this. Now, if I was raped, if I was little and I was raped, somebody stole the coochie. And when I got of age, you tell me somebody stole my coochie and
okay,
I got
let's keep it. Hold on with the language.
Let's
just hold on with the language, ma'am.
But you tell me
wait a
somebody
minute.
stole my coochie and I got
okay. Don't be talking about that. Just say your yoni.
Hard like
but your yoni.
I ain't gonna tell that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do something.
Okay.
Or have my people do something.
Okay.
Come on now, Jaguar. She from Jersey. And I know some people, well, I don't know nobody from Jersey. Don't have me tell that lie. But I done seen some people from Jersey. And I know about Jersey. And I know. Did you cut me off?
I'm listening to you. You say you from Jersey. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hello?
Yes, I still hear you, sister. You still there? You said Jersey. Hello? You still there?
Anyway.
Yes. Go ahead.
Anyway, what I was saying is anyway, the point is, Wiley, if you get of age and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do the language. But the point that I was saying is I'm not gonna go for years and years and know that I've been sexually abused and not have anything done about it. Are you with me on that one?
I hear you. And if you've been anywhere abused,
and especially if I'm grown now. I should be in a position where I can control myself. At least go to counseling. You know, and I'm still not going to deal with people. Do you know that? Well, Jaguar surrounds herself with people. She surrounds her people because when she's done when she has her phone, she's always, oh yeah, you're a sexually assault victim. You've been assaulted by your family and this, that. Stay away from these people then.
All right.
You were molested by your this. Why do you know all these people? You should stay away from these people. Man, I'll be so far away from these people. It's ridiculous. But anyway, bye. You have a great day, sweetie. Bye.
Okay. And what is y'all drinking this morning? I want to say special shout out to My Radio because she did break the story with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion already before the Shade Room. So we definitely got to give our sister from Minotopia, My Radio, all the love. Okay, she broke the story before the Shade Room. Okay, I just had to say that. Okay, I just had to say that before the Shade Room even had the exclusive. Millie already had it. Okay, well let's just give it to her. All right. let's go to the phone lines. Okay, I just thought I'd just say that. All right, 8198 calling on air.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Good morning.
Grand Rising. Hey, what I want to say is that after what Jag did yesterday, and even for the people who say they rag with Jag, right is right and wrong is wrong, and the law is the law. But I really don't think it's going to last too much longer because I'm going to make this clear. Some of us do work at social service or possibly law enforcement, so we do watch YouTube as well. So I don't think this is going to go on too much longer, believe me. So that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, what so you think this not gonna last long? Because I agree with that. Because there's some people that's in law enforcement that watch YouTube. Do you think they have a right to report her for doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. After what she did yesterday, sometimes, you just don't have a choice. When you put what she did yesterday, like she went too far yesterday. So again, some people who watch law enforcement people, they have YouTube. Social service people, they have YouTube. So you never know who's watching. So yesterday she went too far. So I don't think it'll go on too much longer.
I just want people, for me, to understand the wrong, because there's so many people that watch YouTube, and that just made a lot of women felt some type of way when she called with a false report. You know what I'm saying? Really trying to get Jaguar's side, and she just going off the rails. All she had to do was get her mom to release a statement or do an interview. She do an interview, debunk it, and move on. But what she's doing, she's trying to attack Tasha and doing it on the live and think that it's just going to stay on YouTube. No, she's going to get some type of repercussions because of what she's doing. Because best believe somebody is going to get that to the right people and be like, she's up here giving out false reports. So we shall see how that's going to go.
And she actually filmed herself doing that. That
She
was
did.
a bad move. It's one
herself.
thing to say, I did this and I did that. But for her to film herself yesterday, that was a bad move. And someone else, another YouTuber, she actually talked about what she did, and another person recorded it. So I think a lot of these things are about to stop.
Yeah, because you got to be careful. Like I'm telling anybody that's recording people at CPS,
they got to stop recording themselves doing these things for clout, because they are not aware that law enforcement or social service people, like we watch YouTube as well. So a lot of them have been doing things to incriminate themselves. So this is going to be very interesting because some of them possibly could be going to jail. So you're going to see a lot of channels. You're going to see a lot of channels come down. I think Tasha will be okay, but you're going to see a lot of channels come down and a lot of people possibly arrested after this.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Good morning. We're going to the next caller. 3698. 3698. You're live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes.
Okay, so I have one little question. This is something that's been confusing me about this damn documentary. Okay, so I have a grandmother and uncles that are diabetic, right? So are you familiar with the medicines that they get?
I'm not familiar with everything. I know they have to get, I know to check their sugar and all of that, needles and all of that, but I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm. No. Okay, well, it could be different. So, like, I'm from New Orleans. I'm here in Louisiana or whatever. But if you're on Social Security and you qualify for disability or whatever, like government assistance, you automatically qualify for Medicaid here. And so the diabetic medicine, that's considered a prescription. So when they're saying her mom been using the same needle for a month, I'm like, that's crazy because, it could be different, where they stay. But my confusion was just like, I have family members with boxes of needles. Like they give them unlimited needles, to last them throughout the month. And then they have to go refill the prescription and shit like that. So I was like, that's really strange, that they would say she was using one needle for a month. What you think about that?
I think it's if she is using that for me, I hope that she gets the help that she needs. But she pretty much,
Right.
it just, that's the sad part about it. She could definitely be living good. If she's getting $6,000 a month, you should know when in the world you should be using the
Right.
same needle every month, use the same one for a month. So I just hope that she gets it together, and I hope with that piece, but it is. I watched the documentary and I left with some questions. I'm like, when is they going to get the authorities involved concerning this matter?
Right. Oh, wait. And speaking of authorities, so I have one more question for you. I'm sorry. So, did you hear about T.I.'s daughter saying that he came into her room at like 5 a.m. and told X that she wants some juice? And she said it was really strange.
When did she say that? What?
This was talked about yesterday on the live. Let me see if I can probably DM it to your Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, she was saying he came into her room, and it was about, I think she said like 3 a.m. or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send you the article, but yeah, he came in there. He offered her some juice, and she was saying it was very strange. Like this was not normal, and she also said that it felt like her muscles was hurting, I think in her neck or something. It was just weird facts that she would weird things that she was just putting out there. And I was just like, well, why did it, her mom, why did she tell it to her mom? Why she posted it on social media? Why aren't they filing a report?
Yeah, they
because
said he came in at 5 a.m. That's what they said in the chat. And I'm like, what? So can I get some juice? What? Well, I didn't hear about that.
And
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the article that I think so you can read up on it. But that's all I wanted to talk about.
All right.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye. All right. Wow. Shout out to the 700 people in the chat. Okay. We are almost at 800 people watching. Y'all better share this live. Like this live. Next caller. All right. 1588. Caller, you on air.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Wiley. Wiley, you hear me? Good morning again.
Okay. What you speaking on? You on the topic?
What I really want to speak about is about Jaguar and Tasha K. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Now, the thing about Jaguar, I don't know Jaguar like that. Okay. And I don't know Tasha K like that. But from my point of view towards Jaguar, she needs to stop the nonsense, clear up her act, and be nice. Yes, you're very talented. You understand? Stop the nonsense with those bloggers and there, because when you're behaving so with them bloggers, that's how they will have you. People just losing respect for you, and you need to stop. You're very talented. Go for your talent. It's not too late. Go for it. Stop it. You understand me, Wiley?
Oh, yes. I hear you. I say I'm very, very
She's very talented. I was listening to her sing yesterday. She voiced very nice.
Yes.
It's very nice. And she's a good looking. She's a pretty woman. Stop it. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, I hear you.
You know what I mean? And I'm not dragging her. I'm not dragging her because she's a woman as myself. I will drag her, but you need to get her act together. That's all I could say. Get your act together.
Now, which act? Who you want to get her act together? You talking about Tasha or Jaguar?
Jaguar. She needs to get her act together.
Yes, she definitely needs to get her act together. I agree with you, sister, on that.
Stop making people make ass out of you. Stop it. You two going for that foolishness. Stop it.
Oh yes.
Stop it. Yes. I think about it. If she really do Tasha K that, she shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? But still, I just want Jaguar to get her act together and go and perform back to how she should be singing.
Oh yes.
Philadelphia have a lot of talented. Philadelphia have the most talented people. I live in Philadelphia. This Philadelphia have the most talented people, and Jaguar should get it together. Go back and sing.
Oh yes.
Get back on the platform singing.
Facts.
Get it together. Make some money.
She needs to get back together and make her money and stay focused on her music instead of this other stuff. You're right about that, caller.
Yes, sir. Right. That is it, Wiley. Have a good day.
You have a good day. Come on, shout out for Trinidad. We got people all over the world. Yes. Okay, let's go to the next caller. 5204. Caller, you on the air. Good morning, 5204. Good morning.
Wiley, the lady that called like 2 calls ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Wiley?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You could tell she works for law enforcement. She was talking about herself. She's on it. Tasha's going to be all set.
Oh, yes. So what's your thoughts about it all? Hearing about it and stuff. What's your thoughts?
I was Team Jaguar up until she called her mother and got disrespectful. Because if I ride for you, I ride for you. But when she was talking to her mother like that, I was like, mm-mm. But I still didn't say anything. You know, I just was like, you know, just looking at her side of it.
Oh,
and
yes.
when she did this, calling CPS, she done lost her mind. At what point do you stop?
You got to get it together, and she definitely needs to stop while she's ahead. Because
And I don't like Tasha K, but Jaguar done lost her mind. For real.
So did you enjoy the documentary? Did you watch part 1, part 2, part 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Did I?
Oh, yes. Anything else you want to share?
All right. Take care.
Okay. We're going to go to the next caller. All right.
I just want you to think about the caller that was speaking to you a few ago.
Okay.
That lady works for law enforcement or something. Didn't you hear the way that she was speaking?
I
you
heard.
Repeat that?
I caught it. I caught it. I peeked it. We thank you so very much. Okay.
All right, Wiley.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later, producers.
Bye-bye. 2269, Carly on air.
Hello, good morning, Wiley. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Okay. I keep hearing people talking about, you know, I used to be Team Jaguar. I'm not too keen on Tasha K. But the thing is, Jaguar needs help. We all know she and I'm not calling her crazy things about her. But she needs help. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm praying for her. You know, her cussing out her mother. You can clearly see this sounds in the background. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. They just cutting the grass.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so okay. So she definitely needs help. I'm not team saying, oh, let's support. She needs help. And I think, you know, whether she needs to be in a facility, whether she needs to be on the right meds, and I don't understand why her husband is allowing this foolishness. She's a talented woman, like my Trini lady said over there recently. She is talented, but more importantly, she needs help right now. She's breaking down. How she spoke to her mother, I don't know what happened between her and her mom, so that's not for me to say. You know, I'm looking at her side eye because how her mother treated her. I don't know their relationship, but clearly watching this show, watching Jaguar every day, we are contributing to this because it's almost like a train wreck. We're watching her, we're seeing that she's going to crash, but we still want to watch it again. She needs help, so if anybody's going to call anybody, we need to get her help. We really do.
But the husband helps as well because clearly he see this, he's okay with it, probably because he probably getting, place free to live with her, probably on her dime. So I don't think he's going to speak up. He probably need help himself. But yeah,
he's an enabler.
Yeah,
he's an enabler. Yeah, that's what he is.
And Jaguar ain't gonna marry no man that's gonna tell her what to do. She control her man that she's with.
So what is your feeling about because we know Tasha K goes out there and she, whatever. So what is your feeling, or where do you stand between the Tasha K and the Jaguar?
I think that it's great to document. I was entertained for Jag. I would have loved to see her come out with a project, spin this, come out with a podcast. But unfortunately, she's not doing what she needs to do. If she right now, she could have came out with a record, a song, come out with a diss track, do something that's entertaining. But calling CPS on Tasha, you may think that's entertaining, but you're gonna have to suffer the consequence for making that false report. That's how I see about this entire situation.
And do you think, one more question? So my thing is, when she came out and she was with Storm, she thought she was in a safe place, which I thought, she was. And then all of a sudden, Tasha brings her over to the show and, basically, and I'm not giving any excuses because she's mental. Talking to her, you can see she has some mental stuff going on. But then Tasha brings her on the show and everything went downhill ever since, discredit everything that she did or what she was saying. And I'm not saying she should do this to Tasha because that was not warranted at all. But I'm just praying that she gets the help. But thank you for talking to me. I'm calling out of Atlanta, so I appreciate it.
Shout out to Atlanta. I love ATL. Thank you. Okay. I want to hear a diss record. I want to hear her come with those R&B vocals, baby. Get a diss record. All right. Let's go to the next caller. 5047. Calling you on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wiley, I was trying to hold my peace this whole time, but I got to speak because, number one, I'm tired of people blaming Tasha K. She put her on the platform to tell her story again, and all Tasha K did, honestly, was answer a question, meaning somebody said, do you believe her? Hell no, but I let her speak her piece. That's it. What did she do from there? Then Jack got mad, and everybody started speaking. That's it, and that's all. She did this to herself. They need to take her down to LA, lock her up in Killer King, get her some help. It's really disturbing to hear that call that she made to her mother. She is everything that she presents to the world that other people are. They're a narcissist. You a damn narcissist. They're schizophrenic. You are schizophrenic as hell. I'm trying to understand why ain't nobody calling nobody to go pick her up. Trail this car, put a GPS on this minivan, put an ABP. She needs Jesus and medicine.
Not an ABP.
And that's I didn't want to say that out loud because I've been praying on both ends. But as a mother who has had CPS calls on her for BS, once they're in your business, they in your business. And it's unfair to the good mothers that somebody, I seen this lady brushing her baby's hair too hard in public, come get her. They will come out and investigate it. It's not fair to anyone. And for Jag to have lost her children and to have gone through something like that and then say, I would never, and turn around and do it, and we're still defending her, she dug her own hole. She had 2 platforms that blew up in her favor, and she let the devil and that evil spirit take over her, and she demised her damn self. Oh. I would have loved nothing more than to hear some new music from her. She's talented. But sometimes that spirit and that devil is in you, and it really works against you. She did this. Baby girl did this. It's sad as hell. It's really sad, but it's funny because if you listen to her, how in the hell you gonna give somebody a hedge of protection you ain't even got for yourself?
I feel you.
I don't get it. I'm not saying everybody's right and everybody's wrong, but at the end of the day, if you speak on me, if you speak on people the way Dad spoke on people, it then gives people the opportunity to come out and say, okay, let me defend myself. You can't speak on everybody and say, believe me, I know it all. And then when somebody else says, believe me, because this is the truth, they're the lie. And for you to sit there and throw in your mother's face what you've done, I was done then. Like, somebody should have beat her ass.
We thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. All right. We're going to go to the next caller. Okay. Make sure y'all share this live and thumbs up and subscribe. Come on, somebody. Let's go to the next caller. 1924. Caller, you on the air.
Hey, good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
Congratulations across the board. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm a new sub, but I have seen everything that you've been doing.
Thank
Love
you.
it, love the commentary. Let me get right to it. Shout out to all the callers that make it through. Make sure that you call in with full facts and truth. Let me go real quick to the young lady that called in with a comment about T.I. Yes, that go back and shout out to Mob Radio because she spoke on it this morning as well. And so it was coming from the tweet. When she was making these statements, it was based on conversations and whatnot that she was going back and forth on Twitter. So someone was asking, was like, is that normal? That her dad comes in the room? He came in the room at 5 a.m. and offered her some juice. And she was like, oh, that was weird. They were like, well, is that normal? She's like, no. And the thing was that she was saying she woke up with a Charlie horse in her neck. Okay? But that whole story, I have red flags all across. But again, callers call in with full information. That's how all rumors get started.
Right, because so the father offered her some juice in the room and she had a Charlie horse in her neck. And then what happened?
Like she woke up like, she woke up like kind of startled and everything. She was like, man, I had a Charlie horse on my neck. She said, but I'll take it. Just even in the sense of the text, Wiley, when she said like, well, that's weird, but I'll take it. Like I decode, okay? I decode, and I know you as a blogger and you doing your research, you decode as well. So this young lady has been giving us some red flags. She has been speaking, she has been speaking out. So let's just, overall, T.I. got some red flags all around him, okay? Besides the story that you were speaking on with his past friend of the friend of the family, okay? That with, him pulling out guns on young ladies' heads and whatnot. So that was a true story, a true situation that happened with Tiny and the ex-friend, and they have some beef. Her and Shekinah have beef and all that kind of stuff or whatever, right? But you gotta just follow up on it because it gets a little thick, it gets a little sticky. Because and I just say, go back to your girl Mob Radio when she kind of like gives it that both perspectives. Being that one of the ladies that he did put a gun out on, I'm not advocating, I'm not being devil's advocate, but this lady has a felony. She beat up somebody with razor blades in between her knuckles, and she cut an artery. So he could have been defending his family. So we don't know what went off in the house or whatever, but he had to check her. And we just don't never know what's going on. A lot of, you know what I mean? You already know. Okay, so let me get off from that. And I just wanted to say that I'm a proud Patreon sponsor when it came to looking at this documentary and whatnot. And I want people to know that Patreon subscription is good for 30 days if you did the tier for $15, people. It's not just for the documentary.
Yes, good for 30 days.
I am so sickened. Yeah, I'm so sickened by black folks talking about what I ain't got this. Don't come on this young lady's platform talking about what the hell you ain't got, but you going paying Nike, Air Jordans, you breaking your neck, got nails going down the Sue Lane, and you paying $45 just for your refill, just for your fill. We ain't talking about the pedicure, okay? I'm not gonna go off on that. Let me stop. Let me go back to my bullet point. Shout out to the young lady that said somebody needs to pick up Jaguar Wright and take her down to Killer King. That sound like an LA caller, West Side. I'm calling from LA right now, okay?
Y'all are early in the morning. If y'all calling from LA, it's 6:38 this morning.
I put a reminder on for my Wiley. I put a reminder on for you, boo. Yeah.
Well, okay. Thank you.
Just because I'm in it. But listen, let's get back to this documentary.
Okay.
Somebody also said that Jaguar Wright is a train wreck that we keep watching over and over again. What y'all need to watch is the damn documentary over and over again. And get your facts straight when you go into these comments and when you call in on these lives. Okay? Listen. The brother-in-law is in support of his wife. The wife is the sister to Jaguar Wright. She is totally distraught about this whole situation and did not want to come on camera. How many doggone times does Tasha have to say that?
Come on.
Okay? And I also need people to put on some different glasses or shades or whatever because they can't stand watching the darn documentary or watching all of this come on Front Street because it's Tasha K. Stop. Listen. Eat the fish and take away the damn bone.
This woman is sick. We need to stop uprooting for her. There's another caller. She got triggered last week when you first did the review. And she was like, I'm tired. Can we talk about something else? Oh, I need counseling. Yes, sweetheart, you need counseling too. I remember her voice because she sounded like my cousin Val from Atlanta. Anyway, yes, sister, continue on. Reach out and get that therapy and stop upholding that woman. Well, what about that? They got animosity towards the cousin and the niece speaking out. Hell yes, she gonna speak on her daddy. I would too. No, she wasn't born. And listen, but even though she said that Jaguar Wright told her when she was 10 years old, she said she was either drunk or high off on something. Usually we look at the substance as a truth serum. So yes, my red flag can go up there and I can say, well, let's put a bullet point there and let's get this man in here. But again, that his wife does not want to come on camera and maybe they just want to lay low. Okay. Again, we're talking about civilians. We ain't talking about celebrities. We could be but for sure, they all have great jobs or whatever like that. So they have to protect themselves and not get caught up in this mess. They've been dealing with this woman for over 40 years. Okay. So they know what to lay low on and they know what to pull away from. Going back to the documentary and watching it over and over again, in the doggone introduction, Jaguar Wright said, she's speaking about trauma at the age of 3. This is the first time that I saw a man get his head blown off and da-da-da-da-da-da. She said head, and she also said gut. Hello. Which one was it? Did you see the man get shot in the gut? And his guts was all over the place? But the gunpowder went over your head. We spoke about that in the Patreon the other day. That's click. Hello. Did anybody catch that? She lies on top of lies on top of lies. So listen up, people. And before you get to calling in on things, know your facts. Let me make sure I got all my bullet points here. Let's see. Now the CPS that's been coming through my feed, I put it to I clicked it on to watch it later. But that's a doggone shame to try to have CPS involved. But again, I thank God for people that are in law enforcement and that are, like myself, previously before in the careers that I have been in, I was state mandated to report child abuse if I saw it. I was state mandated to report on things that weren't kosher. Okay? So yes, people are going to come forward and get this down to the nitty gritty. And people want to still say, I'm so confused. Bullet point here in the doggone documentary. It was stated that since the mother was in another state, she did not have the ID for that state. It is difficult for her to get pharmaceuticals now we know they'll beat down your door to try to give you some medication or whatever. And we are coming in on the story in a documentary. We don't know what's already in process. And yes, the authorities are involved, people. Wake up. We're getting this documentary now, but now you got to mind you, Tasha K's been working on this basically since October. People were triggered when she did that interview. Okay. I apologize for your past pain, your past experiences. The thing is that she's got a target on Tasha K's back, meaning Jaguar Wright, aka Jaguar Wrong, because she's the only one that questioned her. She's the only one that scratched her head and was like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Okay? She did not chase her for clout. She was not jealous of no doggone Storm Monroe. Love Storm Monroe. He's doing his own thing. That's his mentor. People, especially Black people, we got a problem being divisive and always trying to bring each other down. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Please stop getting online talking about what you ain't got. I'm so sick of it. Listen, if $15 is not within your budget to do Patreon, oh, God bless the Lord, have mercy. That's the situation. Okay, because that means $15 can't go to entertainment or whatever, but you're streaming every doggone thing else. And Masterpiece said it best this week, and I'm gonna end on that. Check out Masterpiece interview, what he's speaking on this week when it comes to us, our Black people not
thank you
being
so
in
much.
support of.
We'll go to the next caller.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller. Let me go to this 2812 last 4 2812.
Hello.
Hey, you live on air.
Hey, yes. Hey, I was on hold for so long. I'm calling you from the Netherlands.
Yes,
and
go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say that I enjoy your show.
Yes, thank you.
And whenever I send in, instead of it being $20, it'll show up as €20.
Yes.
So I hope that that's okay.
Well,
I
that's
think
great. Anything
the
to euros, anything. I welcome the euros. I love me some euros. I love it.
All right, then. Well, you know what? That's all I got to say because I've been on hold for so long. I have to pay this phone bill. Enjoy your day.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for sending me the euros.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. We don't mind. We don't mind, baby. You can send the euros. We take it. And we take some pesos, okay? We take it. Hello? Give me 1 second. Good morning. Hello? Hello, who's this? Good morning. Hello, who's this? Okay, God bless you. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to the next caller. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Wiley, was that a bill collector?
That's not a bill collector. That is somebody was cussing me out, and I could hardly hear. They was in the tunnel. They was just cussing me out. It wasn't a bill collector. If it was a bill collector, I'm like, hello, oh, he don't live here. That would have been that he don't live here. If that was a bill collector.
There you go.
That was somebody actually cussing me out, calling me all type of nasty words. But call us to the show. That what I'm like, they was sound underground, I couldn't hardly hear them and stuff like that. I don't know why people get on this backup number. They be leaving nasty voicemail, calling me in the middle of the night, all type of stuff. Go ahead.
You're blowing up. So listen, the first thing I wanted to say was like maybe 3 calls back, someone made mention about T.I. and about the odd time of morning that he came into his daughter's room because she had a Charlie horse in her neck. Okay, maybe y'all didn't grow up with the mom and the dad in your house, but it would be absolutely nothing wrong with my dad coming in the middle of the night. If he hears me saying, ow, my neck or whatever, yes, you get a banana, you get anything with calcium, you get orange juice. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something that a father, a parent would do for their kids. So that to me just went by the wayside. I don't get that one. The second thing is regarding Jaguar. Yes, if she called DCF, is what we call it here. If she called DCF, that was terribly wrong. I followed the story through you, so I haven't listened to any of it. If she did that, it was completely wrong. But the lady is schizophrenic. So she basically has a get out of jail card free. She's going to play on that mental illness. She's going to say, oh, I'm already certified. So that's not a whole lot that's going to happen to her. So I get that people are saying that they're going to report it or whatever. Yes, they're going to investigate it, and she probably will not serve a day because she is mentally ill. Okay? I mean, and as bad as that sounds, that's the way that I feel about it. The next thing is I had a question for you. If I said to you that I feel like I'm a feline, I was born cat, would that be acceptable to you?
If you say you was born a cat, then meow.
The meow, right? Okay. So if I said that I'm a cat and I want everyone to address me as such, then if that's normal to you, then I feel then transsexuals should be normalized. However, I don't feel that transsexuals should be normalized. If you were born a certain way, the way that God has created you, and again, I don't want to hear anything about being homophobic or anything like that. I'm sick of it with T.S. Madison on We.
I will not be watching that. I will not be normalizing a man in a wig.
Oh, no.
So
Hold up right there. She's a woman, respect her as such. You don't have to watch it, but it's going to be a lot
then
of
I'm
people
a
watching it. No.
Then I'm a cat. Meow.
Okay, no. Well, then you say you a cat, and we'll respect you as that, and we'll offer you some milk and some cat litter. But we're not gonna be disrespectful to Maddie. Maddie is a beautiful black woman, and that's the reason why. And I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad. Hold on. Yes. You're not gonna come over here and disrespect my sister. And that's the reason why she said she want to do the show, because and that was one of the questions that was brought up. And she said that comes from the church. That comes from the idea. You want to be a kid, that's you, but you're not going to be disrespectful to TS Messenger. No to the no. We're going to the next one. Look at you this morning. And you going to be disrespectful to her? No. Okay, let's go. People just, Lord, why they just can't have no love? 9439, Carly, you on the air. 9439, you're live on the air.
Yes. Wiley, I have two questions.
Okay.
Jaguar started off just giving us the tea on celebrities.
Jaguar Wright started, okay. Jaguar Wright been giving us tea on celebrity like since last year. That's the question.
Yeah, and then she started giving us the information on her life, and then we got drawn in, and now it's just got to the point where
it just got to the point now. You still there, Carla?
And somehow it's just like now she's just like part of our. Now she's just sucked into our life. She's like the furniture, and it's like we can't get her out, or people won't even like get her out their head. She's like in their lives. It's like, and it's to the point where like fighting over her. And then they're like, oh, she needs help. We need to get her some help. No, Jaguar needs to get help on her own. She has her own family. She has a husband. He need to get her some help. She need to get her some help, because I bet y'all money that y'all ain't finna pay some money to put her into some type of mental hospital. Y'all don't even know her personally. I sure ain't finna do it now. And another thing, y'all keep talking about, oh, y'all want to see the sister and stuff. Well, how come her ex-husband and her niece and her cousin said the same thing about the mother and about the mother being homeless, finna lose her house, her apartment, and about the needle. So the own mother herself could be, I don't want to call her a liar, could be fibbing just to please Jaguar.
Yes.
You know, Wiley?
Okay. I'm here.
You know how the mother's saying now that she's not getting evicted?
Yes,
she could be saying that just to please Jaguar.
Oh, yes, she could be.
Because Jaguar's own ex-husband saying, well, she's about to get evicted.
Yes.
And Jaguar stealing her money. And then Jaguar's own cousin said, yeah, well, my grandmother is going to be evicted, and she's got evicted before because Jaguar's stealing her money and didn't pay, and she's had to stay with other people, you know, so Jaguar's mother could be lying to protect her. I mean, like you say, Jaguar, she's very just mean. You know, she can be a very mean person.
And we thank you so much for calling in this lovely morning.
That was my thing there. So anyway, on to the next caller. Again, you have a very good afternoon.
You have a wonderful day, ma'am. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. We're going to go to the next caller. Let's get the next caller on the 8375. Caller, you on the air.
Wiley, you got over 300 likes. Yay!
Yes. Okay.
Glory! Yay! I'll be like, y'all like, get him there.
I'm super excited.
I love your show. I hate when I miss it. I missed one yesterday. I don't know. I guess I didn't get my notification. It didn't populate. And when I came in, it had posted. And I was like, oh my God, I missed it. But I want to go straight to the Jaguar situation. At some point, we know Jag had money. In this documentary, I heard the aunt say, or the cousin say, that Jag had purchased a $500,000 house down the road around the block from where they originally lived, that Jag came from. You know, they somewhat had a little, I guess they had a little foundation. And I could understand that as her father being in the military, there was some foundation. I keep hearing females say Jag's mother may have been coerced. She sounded as if she may have been coerced, that maybe Jag told her what to say or she's afraid of Jag. If I am to understand this documentary, and I know we all don't think alike, we're all going to disagree. You're going to see it from one perspective. I'm going to see it from another.
Yes.
But the thing about it, we agree to disagree, and we can still love each other and move on. If Jag's father started this abuse pattern, what people fail to realize is this has been implemented in her head since she was a child. She may be an adult now, but this abuse started when she was a minor. We are attacking a grown woman, but this abuse started when she was a child. I can't say if the aunt, the little cousin, and Sam was all telling the truth, and I can't say if Jag, in everything that she said, that she's telling the truth. But in the midst of these stories, I know that there's the truth that lies in this. Jaguar is damaged. She needs counseling. She needs to see a therapist. She's absolutely, everybody she diagnosed as schizophrenic, her father, her mother, and it's in her bloodline. If her mother is schizophrenic, it's in her bloodline. If her father is schizo, it's in her bloodline. She could not avoid this. No way, shape, form, or fashion. But can it be resolved and can it be fixed? Absolutely. With the proper therapy, and that's what I'm praying that she gets. I feel like she can redeem herself. And enjoy your day.
We thank you so very much for calling in. Okay, we got 2 callers left. Let's get to both of these callers. 9765, caller, you on air. 9765, you're live on the air. 9765, hello. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. 0209, you live on the air.
Hey, good morning, Wiley. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good morning.
Okay, so this is my take. Jaguar Wright has mental health issues. We know that. It's been demonstrated. But why has nobody addressed that she's abusing her mother and stealing her money? Why is nobody calling the authorities on her for elder abuse? Why is that being ignored? Why does everybody in the family know it's happening, and even the ex-husband, but they aren't talking about how they're going to rectify that situation? That seems very strange to me. I think the ex-husband seems a little off too. All of them, the entire family, all of them seem like they are part of not only
90 seconds
problem of Jaguar Wright, but there's some mental issue going along with all of them. To accept what they think is normal, even with Jaguar. In reference to T.S. Madison, I look forward to her being on Weave. Yes. I think what happens with people when we don't understand something, we push back. We push back from it, and the first thing we do is we put up our defense instead of just looking at her as a human and keep it moving, because we don't know her journey. We haven't been in her shoes, and many of us have not been in a situation when you grew up one way and felt that you were in the wrong body. So I think it's harmful for people to continue to judge people and just look at them as humans and accept them for who they are. And if they want to be recognized, or he, she, or her, or them, or whatever, then do it and keep it moving. It harms nobody to be respectful and kind to people. That's what I have to say, Jack. Wiley, so have a great day.
I love you. Thank you so very much.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay. Peace. Okay. Yes. Make sure on
10 seconds.
We do have t-shirts. And we have coffee mugs. So make sure y'all rock the Wiley gear. Make sure y'all go and support our store. We have items on there. We're going to be adding more items on there. But for those that did not get any items, make sure y'all go and check us out. So go and support our store. It's on there. So the moderators are posting that. The comment. We want to say shout out to y'all. This was lit. This was a lit live. Make sure y'all share the live. Thank y'all for liking the live. We've been on here for 2 hours, and guess what? Okay. All right. Good show that we did. So we want to say thank you to all the producers. We might go back live today. This was lit. I love the morning shows. Okay, the morning shows be lit. So we want to say thank you to everybody that's on here. Shout out to all the moderators in the house. Thank you to everybody that shared it. Okay, we will see y'all in the next live. Peace. And okay, Maddie, we love us some T.S. Madison. Don't y'all be hating. Y'all gonna be watching that show on T.S. Madison, WeTV. When it come on WeTV, y'all all gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching it too. I want to know, is that in my cable package? Let me make sure if that's in my cable package. But make sure if you want to see that show on WeTV when T.S. Madison show, make sure you call your cable company. Make sure you have that in your package. And make sure you have WeTV, and then you request it. We want to say shout out to y'all for giving us super chats. We want to say thank you for everybody gave us a cash app. God bless you. Thank you. And thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, I might come back on if we got to see what's going on in the news. Peace.